Well, hello, Parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. Let's talk paranormal live. I am your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
And I'm Marianne's mom, Annette Ragan. Hi.
It's the infamous Annette.
What's going on? What's going on? Well, hello, everybody. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and survived Black Friday and all that fun stuff out there.
Who went out
We
on
survived all that fun stuff out there.
Who went out
We
on
survived.
Black Friday? We didn't go out on Black Friday.
No,
you
we
didn't go
didn't
out
go
on
out.
Black Friday either.
No way.
Small town investigations. Hello, hello. How are you
Hi there.
doing? Hope you guys are having a great holiday weekend here in the United States. At least I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's the same holiday in other countries. Guess I should have looked that up.
Well,
Should've
it's,
did my
it's
homework a little
different
bit.
in different countries. Like Canada just had their Thanksgiving like last month, so
Oh, okay.
I forget there was somebody else who has a Thanksgiving around this time too, but
Yeah, so we are not in the studio, as you can
no,
tell.
too, but
Yeah, so we are not in the studio, as you can
no,
tell.
we're not.
We are over at Annette's house.
That's
We
right.
thought, are we going to go live? Are we not going to go live? What are we going to do? We haven't been live in 3 weeks. This is episode 32 of Let's Talk Paranormal, and we skipped 3. We were kind of busy. Marianne was sick, and we were out traveling, and didn't work with the schedule. And we're
And I
really
had
not
nothing
back
to
in
do
the-
on Saturday nights.
I know. I was getting yelled at. What do you mean you're not going live? I'm like, okay, we'll go live. We'll drag you on with us. So, yeah. Oh no, the video keeps repeating. Well,
That's
that's just a bummer.
This is a nice surprise, says Pusha Studios. Well, it's a nice
Hello,
surprise.
Pusha
Hello, nice to
Studios.
see you
Hi,
too.
Pusha Studios.
Mom gets to hear about you all the time.
I listen to you sometimes.
Ooh. She's branching out.
So
Yes.
we hope the internet kind of keeps up with us. We're on the cell phone here, and not going to be that long. Maybe we'll see how long it keeps up. Marianne's trying to bring
I'm
up
trying
chat.
I'm trying to
There
bring
we
it up
go.
on my thing here. Millie's TV Time 2 is here as well and says hi. Hello.
Yeah, we were debating. We wasn't sure whether we're gonna go live this weekend or wait till next weekend or whatever. But hey, for those of you who don't know, season 2 of Panic D Video starts next week. Next week we're kicking it off with the first location of season 2. Should we tell them what it is?
Should we tell him what it is?
Should we tell them what location we're gonna do next week?
Okay, let's go. Where are we going to be?
We really rehearsed this. We're gonna be talking about the Farnsworth House in Gettysburg.
Ooh, Farnsworth
Yeah.
House. One of our favorite Gettysburg haunts.
Yeah, we were there 3 times.
That's right.
4 different rooms, 3 different time periods,
Correct.
which
Confuses you.
Yeah, I still can't wrap around my head, but Marianne says I was wrong, so.
We went there the
And
first
she
time.
proved it to me through pictures.
Right. The first time we went there, we did just one room, one night. The second time we went there, they didn't have a room there for 2 nights. We needed 2 nights. So they actually had 2 different rooms. So we booked 2 different rooms for 2 different nights. And then the second time we did 2 nights, but they did have the room for 2 nights and we stayed in that same room for 2 nights.
Okay.
Am I going to Farnsworth?
Sure.
Okay.
Tuesday.
I've been trying for like 2 weeks now to like record the Farnsworth recipe video.
Yeah, we gotta record that yet, because that comes out Thursday.
It does. But let me tell you,
We got time.
it's kind of hard getting their recipe stuff. They had a cookbook when we were there in 2015. And I said, oh, I should get this. And Sean's like, you're not going to cook it. Why should you get that? Then we started doing
You're not gonna
haunted
do recipes and cooking. Why
right?
waste
so
the money?
I said, I need to have this. So we went back there this summer and I said, hey, let's go ahead and get that cookbook. So I went in there in the gift shop, no cookbook. I asked the little girl sitting at the counter, hey, you got the cookbook? They put me on a list because they were supposed to have it the month before that in June. This is now, well, almost December.
Yeah.
And I contacted them again and they're like, oh, we're hoping to have that by next spring. It's their cookbook that they were supposed to have out kind of a while ago.
Wow, sorry about my
yeah.
big forehead there. Jeez.
So I have just one recipe right now from them, and that's what we're gonna do.
What is it?
It is Farnsworth House
Pumpkin
pumpkin
fritters.
fritters.
Ah, okay.
So Tuesday will be ghost stories and folklore.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday will be an evidence review video because we did investigate there 3 times.
We did.
And we're going to be revealing one of our most, to date, our most paranormal experience that we had. Will be in that video. And Thursday will be the recipe video, and Friday will be the location video. And then for our Patreon supporters, we have a special video for that too. It's going to be the Lincoln bedroom.
Mm.
So those videos are all done, but your recipe one. We
I
have
know
to
the
record
recipe
yet.
one we've literally been trying to record for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
anyhow,
we'll do that tonight.
yes. So let's see who else has
Yeah,
joined us.
let's
we
do
have
a roll
Lady
call. See who's here.
Abraxas is here as well.
Hello, hello, hello.
And T-Town Marianne is here. Says hi to all the peeps. Teresa Gregory is here. And
I see
Joanne
Inspired John
Reagan is
just
here.
jumped in.
Joanne's here.
Hey, Joe, what's happening?
Inspired John just jumped in. And Juan Rodriguez.
Juan Rodriguez, Inspired John. And I think that's everybody that I see right now.
I know Inspired John.
Yes.
Joanne says,
Hi.
Mom looks scared. Are you scared?
No.
No, she's not scared.
No, we're not that scary.
Sean just told me that he'd beat me up if I said something stupid.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's admit to all of our YouTubers that I abused my mother-in-law.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Wait, is that?
Joanne says, LOL.
LOL to you.
Yes. Let's see here. See, what is quick hello from Inspired John. They're going out to see The Grinch. So
Yeah, I
they're going to
think it's a
rewatch
new
this
one.
later. Yeah, I hear The
New
Grinch
version
just
of The
came out.
Grinch.
Joanne loved The Grinch.
Joanne is the
Joanne
Grinch.
was always anti-Christmas.
She is the Grinch.
And she always very much personified with The Grinch. And her birthday's in December too.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's coming up right around the corner. So she's a Christmas type
Joanne
baby.
says
that
she's
doesn't
going
love
to watch it.
Christmas.
Watch it later. Are you going out to watch the new one? The new one's coming out. I think it's what Inspired John was talking about. The new one's out. I wanted to go see Bohemian Rhapsody, but I don't feel like going to dealing with the movie theater.
Yeah, we haven't been to
We'll
the
wait
movie
till it
theater in
comes
a
out.
while.
Fire Stick. Oh, okay. That's how she's doing it. Good on them.
Juan Rodriguez says that he has a video. He thinks they're an apparition that they want us to take a look at and review. So
Always
send it
email
on
us.
over,
The links
absolutely.
are for our emails and Twitter and all that stuff. It's all over the place. So go ahead and send it to us and we'll take a look at it.
That's right. That's right.
Love getting that kind of stuff. Love it. That's why we do this.
So
Getting all
TL
those
is
reports
here
from
as
all over the
well.
place.
So welcome.
Hello,
to
hello,
TL.
hello.
And
So
they
Pusha
love
Studios, I
anything.
don't know if it's Andrew or Cassandra. I think it's Cassandra because I saw all the emojis and Andrew doesn't do it.
He doesn't do
So-
emojis.
So Cassandra, if you're still watching this, please check my DM. I wanted you to see if you like those thumbnails because the videos are going to come out starting Tuesday. I want to see what your thoughts were. Changing up things for
Phoning
season
a
2.
friend, huh?
Yeah, we got a little bit different editing skills, little bit. Actually, I fought the editing software today. I put in an upgrade and got it to work finally. I hope. There's a video rendering. We'll see if it works when I get back.
Pusha
Different style
Studio
thumbnails.
says that they love you and they hope we're paying you well.
Oh, yes, they pay me a lot.
She's getting all that YouTube royalty money.
Yeah.
I think you're cutting
All of his
like a
money
half a
from
penny.
being monetized comes to me.
Oh, goodness.
It's Andrew, but I'll tell her. Okay.
Andrew is playing with emojis.
Andrew was playing with the emojis.
He's branching out too.
That's right.
Oh, goodness. So Teresa Gregory says, I sent an email to become a parrot peep, but I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, why don't you process them? Why I got to do everything? Holy
Because
crap.
you do it in that program that I can't use. That's your fault, because you could have had me make it in my program, and then like I could have done them, but you have to do it in your
We're going to be
special
converting that
program.
over to Marianne's program, and we'll get those Parapeep certificates processed and out.
Oh, goodness. Kusha Studio says that Andrew is playing with copy and paste.
Okay, that'll work. I copy the ghosts, the 3 ghosts.
I honestly don't use emojis very often.
I don't even know what they are.
Those are the little pictures. See, like that little smiley
okay.
face that's up there.
Yeah.
Every now and again, people put these little emoji things in there, and those are these little pictures.
I don't know why I'm
emojis.
even staring at this like I could read that. I left my glasses at home. I can't see anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Do you see them?
Are you spending
No.
the night here? Because I know you can't drive without your glasses.
No, it's not that far. The car knows its way.
I
between
could
here and
drive too. It is.
What do you do? Push a button and it just takes you.
We actually have a
Auto
thing
drive.
that says home, but it doesn't drive it there. It just gives you the directions for there.
Okay. Well, you can always sleep in the Gone with the Wind room.
Yeah, I could do that.
Small Town Investigation says, yeah, Sean forgot about my Parapeep. See, they miss you sending out the Parapeep certificates, dear.
You were supposed to take that project over, I believe. We discussed
No,
that.
I was supposed to just beat you until you did it.
Well, we're going to be fixing that. You're going to take that over so I don't have to hear about it anymore.
Okay.
Either that or you can start editing videos at any time. Anytime.
I don't want to do
No, she just wants to be the talent.
That's right. I just get to come on and say
She's
hi
the
to all
talent
of you.
and She's the talent in the thumbnail clickbait.
Oh,
All right, so we got Farnsworth House coming up next week. The
Dole
week
Whip
after,
Dole Whip Dad recommended Juan Rodriguez to come to us because we were a great community here.
well, that's awesome.
So
I
thank
think
you.
That's what I was on last night with the
Yeah, you
with the
were-
Christmas music.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty
we were
funny.
fighting about which song.
Yeah, we were yelling
but
at each
they
other.
were doing like a bracket thing for Christmas songs. And
Uh-huh.
which
Favorite
one was
Christmas
gonna
songs.
win and which one was gonna get
I was
kicked
getting
out.
yelled at.
And
Why'd
so
you
he
pick
was
that
doing it,
one? You moron.
and I was listening, and I'm like, no, what do you mean you picked that one?
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
So we got Farnsworth House coming out next week. The week after that is the Spanish Military Hospital in St. Augustine. And then the week after that, is that the week before Christmas?
I'm not sure.
I hope not.
I hope not either, because we haven't even started that stuff yet. Anyways, the week before Christmas, I know for sure is going to be Lanterman's Mill, and that's where we were earlier today. We went out and did some filming out there. It was
We
pretty
did.
awesome because we caught the mill in operation, and we got some footage of that. So that's coming out. I have a schedule all the way till March. I just don't know what it is in my memory just yet. But
You couldn't read it anyhow because you don't have your
yeah,
glasses.
I don't have my glasses.
So Chandra Pivo is here. Says hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Raptor Pack 2.0. And Joanne says, at least mom doesn't watch the screens like me.
So look how awesome you guys are. We weren't even sure whether we were going to go out yet. Normally for Let's Talk Paranormal, I make up the graphic and everything, and I put it out on Thursday.
Right.
And I start promoting, hey, we're going live, we're going live, we're going live. And then today it's just like, okay, we're going to do this and put it out. And look, we got
14 people
14
here
people here.
joining us.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So TL wants to know where the mill is located.
the mill is located here in Youngstown. It's Lanterman's Mill. And if you Google Mahoney Valley, that's like the icon of Youngstown that comes up, that mill.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Yeah.
the picture that everybody uses for everything that signifies Youngstown.
It's an active mill that they actually still make flour and different
Yeah, they
things. I don't
do
even
a
go down and buy it. It's in the
cornmeal,
park.
and they do buckwheat mill,
Mhm.
and there's one other too that they do down there, and they have them there. You can buy them there. They're like $3.99 a bag for a pound bag.
Yeah.
So
So it's like 5 minutes from our house, but they had their Christmas.
it was their old-fashioned Christmas.
Yeah, so it was all decorated for Christmas, and there's crafters, and there was a guy roasting chestnuts, and
Yep.
so we got video and all that. Well,
But
we're
they
gonna
put
feature that one.
Santa in the corner, like
Yeah, poor
literally
Santa
in
was in
this
the corner.
tiny little corner, like off in the side. And I'm like going up the stairs, and I happen to look over the balcony of the stairs. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Santa's in the corner, you know.
Yeah.
So
If
we
you
have
want a
to
sneak
check it out.
peek of what
Must
what
have
it looks like, if
Yeah.
you go and look at our Instagram, I posted a video before we left to come over here of that we took today. It was like 30 seconds, but it's looking over the bridge at the mill in the falls and all that stuff. It's actually pretty cool. So.
Okay. So small YouTuber Army is here and says,
That's
hey,
Joker.
how are you?
Hey,
Good to
how
see
you doing?
T-Town Mary Ellen says how fun that sounds. Wonder Pup Adventures is here, and In the Woods with Wolfie has joined us.
Be sure to tune in. Nightbot
Be
needs
sure to
updated.
tune in at 8 p.m. EST.
Hey, forget
Oh,
that. That's
yeah.
over.
Cluetube's over. You didn't update. You didn't tell your friend Nightbot to not send those things, huh?
I forgot to send Nightbot his check.
Oh, goodness gracious. So TL saw it on Instagram. So that's why they came over tonight. So your Instagram worked.
Thought I'd give it a shot, see what happens.
Yeah. So we're here with my mom. So what kinds of things did you have in mind to ask Mom?
I really don't know. We were going to talk about the Kennedy curves.
We're going to talk about some of her experiences
Yeah,
she's had.
There you go.
So we got all kinds
You
of
got
things
it.
that we could
Go ahead.
Discuss.
Ask her about her paranormal experiences, because this is Let's Talk Paranormal.
Okay.
Oh. In the Woods with Wolfie says, "Hi, Marianne's mom. Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you too.
So for those of you that go on Michael Ferrer Jr.'s Best Hour Today, and he keeps talking about Annette, and Annette's the lurker, and that's Annette.
That's
her
me.
right there. She's the lurker. So now you guys
I'm
can
the
say,
favorite
hey,
lurker.
I've seen her. Yeah, that's who he's talking about.
Yes.
Ooh,
Oh, we
just
got a
went
little
autofocus.
autofocus. There we are. We
Okay.
got it.
All right,
so
so
you'll
go
all
ahead
have to tell Michael that he missed it. You saw Annette.
Yeah, and if you caught ClueTube, she played the bank manager.
Yes.
Penelope.
Yes, Miss
Penelope.
Penelope.
Yeah, yeah. See,
Chandra
Chandra
Pivo
Pivo.
says,
Oh my God,
"OMG,
now
I
I know.
know."
Oh.
I know.
Chandra's on in the morning with you guys.
Yes, Chandra is. I know Chandra's name too.
Yeah, she says, "Hi, Annette."
Hi, Chandra.
See, normally she doesn't get to see any of these words
She
that
doesn't
come
get to
up.
see
She doesn't
chat.
have that option on her what do you have? Kindle Fire.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out anyway. I did Google searches and everything, and they said, "Oh, sorry, it just doesn't do it on there."
So I just
she
listened to you guys.
so she doesn't get to see it unless Michael says something. Says, "Oh, they said this." She doesn't actually get to see when you guys say hi to her, which I tell her all the time. I'm like, "Hey, they said hi to you," and she's like, "Oh, I didn't know." But yeah, so Budget Bushcraft is here. Hope your mom's doing better.
Yeah, buddy. Thoughts and prayers.
Yes. So he says he's taking a break from the sterile hospital to go have a cigarette. Really?
Ooh, not good. Shame, shame. You must have been the Santa that was in the corner.
Oh,
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I hope that your mom is doing better. All right, so.
Well, you can interview your mom if you want, and I'll just sit here and look pretty.
Okay.
Okay.
So when did we start having paranormal type experiences, or what kinds of experiences have you had? What do you think? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, I guess the first time was I was in high school. It was in the summer, and it was a very, very hot day. And
Ding dong, Avon calling.
and it was the middle of the night. My mom used to keep the car because we could only afford one car, and she would go and pick up my dad from work at midnight. And this one particular evening, they were a little late coming home, but I was sleeping and didn't know. And all of a sudden, I woke up and my bedroom was like freezing cold. And I mean, it was like a hot, humid summer's night. And I opened my eyes, and my grandma was standing next to my bed, who had been dead for about 6 or 7 years. And she looked like the last time I saw her hair up and her sweater on. And she took my hand and she told me, "Mom and Dad were in a car accident, but everything is okay. They're just going to be a little late coming home, and I'll stay with you until they get home." And she sat there with me, and she held my hand and sat on my bed, rubbed my legs and my hair. And a few hours later, the door opened up, and it was my mom and dad coming home. And I got up out of bed, and I ran to see my mom and dad. And I said, "Are you guys okay?" And they said, "We had a little accident." I said, "I know." And they said, "How do you know?" And I said, "Grandma told me." And they said, Grandma told you? I said, yes, she's in my bedroom. Of course, they thought I was wigging out. And that was the first time that happened.
Very cool.
Yes.
I kind of forgot that you had told me that story before until when you got to the part where you said that Grandma said that your parents had an accident. And then I remembered you telling me that story, but I hadn't remembered
That
it
was
until that point.
My dad's mother, not my mother's mother. God rest her soul. You could tell them about my mother's mother.
So, Kathleen Laverso, hello, Panic D, hello. I'm trying to type back in chat, but I can't see what I'm doing here, so, but I can read it. And then we got Nightbot telling, promoting ClueTube, which was back in Halloween. So, forget those. I'm going to have to fix those. All right, so Ksenia's here now.
Hi.
Hope Andrew
It's
was
Mrs.
behaving.
Pusha's studio.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he was.
We were
He was
actually
a
making
gentleman.
fun of him because he was actually using emojis and we thought it was you. So he probably got sad because we made fun of him. So just tell him it's okay. He
No,
can
she
use
says
emojis.
that we're on their big screen today.
Oh,
So
yay!
we're on the Pusha TV today.
They're usually on our big screen TV, and we
Oh,
tell them in
okay.
the chat that Pusha's on our TV, so we're on their TV tonight.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool. We like it when that happens. Are you caught up?
Budget Bushcrafts, thanks for the prayers, guys. Absolutely, anytime. We saw that and immediately thoughts went upstairs. So, in the woods with Woodgie, saying hi to Kitsinja.
Wolfie.
Yeah. See? What did I say?
Some like Woodgie or something like
yeah.
that. It's like a puck Woodgie or something, I think is what you were thinking of.
Okay. I'm caught up.
You're caught up?
Yeah, I think. Oh, why did I even take that from you? I can't see
Well,
it.
probably because I was looking here instead of reading that, so you thought you were going to actually,
Yeah, like I could be
Do it
constructive on here.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So did you have any questions for my mom about the story she told?
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So then I know that when you were in high school, you also had an accident.
Yes, I did.
Did you have any paranormal experiences related to that? And was that your grandma coming to visit you before or after that?
Before.
It was before.
The accident was in my senior year.
Okay.
Yes.
So that didn't really have the.
No, it had
wasn't the
nothing to do
trigger.
with it. Nothing.
Okay. I kind of wondered that.
No, just that I was upset when I woke up after the accident, after I was in a coma 10 days, and I woke up and complained because I had chili pepper in my hair. But actually,
While
it was
you were in a
dried blood.
coma?
Yes.
Chili pepper? Oh,
Yeah.
dried blood.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just wondering if that
No.
actually was the trigger, because a lot of times people who would go into a coma, they would have those types of experiences afterwards. But if that happened
No.
before, that's interesting. Okay.
But I remember things from when I was out because my best friend in my life, Donna, we've been friends since I was 3 years old, which is a long time. She used to come to the hospital every day and read me the like gossip magazines, but they were all about, the movie stars and the songs that were out, and she would sing me the songs. And when I woke up, I did know those, so I was able to hear her.
Wow. So Poocher is asking something about a spooky Christmas tree. How about spooky Christmas tree? Don't know what that means.
Are you talking about the Christmas tree back here? It's not spooky. We didn't even put all the pictures of the family members who are dead on it this year.
No,
We didn't make it spooky yet.
Marianne made me a family
Put all
tree
the
Christmas
dead family
tree.
members on
I
it.
did.
She made me ornaments of every person in our family from my grandparents on down.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually have them on the tree, but we didn't do that this year.
No, not on this one. I see a little spinny spot.
Yeah, Smoking Joe Barbecue. Hey guys, how you doing? Smoky Joe's Barbecue.
Nice.
I
Are
like
you
that
making
name.
some barbecue?
Wonder if you were doing a spooky one in your house for the channel. Well, that it's funny that you mentioned that, because one of the arguments that we had about going live, I said we should take the studio and make it decorated for Christmas.
Mhm.
Well, we haven't got to that yet. So I'm like, okay, we just won't go live. We'll skip another week. And Marianne's like, well, you told Mom that we're going to go live, so we got to go. Okay, well, we'll just go over there and do it. So next week when we go live, we might have some sort of spooky. No, we're not going live next week. We are busy next week, unless we go live from the event.
If we're done setting up for the second half of the event before our live at 5, we'll
Yeah.
go live from
We're
there.
doing an event all day Saturday next week.
Yeah, it
We're
starts
running a
at
crash show
7
in the morning
a.m. and
a
it
quarter
goes
rush
till
at night.
10 p.m. So it's going to be
Yeah.
a long day for us.
I don't know. We'll see. But the next time we go live from the studio, it should be decorated for Christmas.
Yes. Yeah. And in fact, in the garage, we do have a black Christmas tree
Yes.
that we've
Yeah,
not
we do.
used. We were going to have for our other, ghost one. but
Maybe we'll put it
maybe
up
we'll put
with
that-
oars.
Yes,
Okay.
maybe.
All right, so we had a question from T-Town Mary Ellen. Is
Okay.
Annette still intuitive and sense things?
Occasionally, yes, I do.
Such as?
How many times would there be the lottery would be coming up on the TV? As
Wait
they
a minute,
pulled
you
them?
know the lottery numbers?
And I don't know them, but when they're pulling up the numbers, sometimes I'll say what the number is going to be.
Can't you work on that and make it like a little bit so we got time to go to the
Like
wish
a
store?
I could
couple
make-
hours earlier.
Yeah, I wish I could make it work for us.
Okay. But I know that here in this house,
Right, Joe?
you've
Seriously.
you've had some
Now she like
George
admits about this.
experiences with smelling certain smells and things like that.
Cherry blend tobacco. Every now and then I smell cherry blend tobacco. And so I named him George. And I have seen him. He walked down our hallway. I've seen him walk. Dad doesn't see him, but I've seen him walk down our hallway. And he's from like the era of Andrew Jackson, when they had the long jackets and every now and then I'll just start smelling cherry blend tobacco and I'll say, "Oh, George is here."
There's actually a name for that.
What, cherry blend?
It's cherry blend tobacco. It's actually begins with a CH. Chernobyl or something like that. I forget. I'm going to have to look at that again because when I was researching stuff for San Diego, that word came up. And it said the smell of cherry blend tobacco or something with a cigar. I think it's Chernobyl. Chanuval or something like that.
Chernobyl. Pusha Studios.
Chernobyl.
Not Chernobyl. I know Pusha Studios' dad actually was one of the first responders to the Chernobyl accident,
Oh my gosh.
which
Pusso Studios.
we actually here in Youngstown would have the children of Chernobyl, come over and have
Right.
their medical treatments and
Yes.
checkups and things
Yes.
right here in Youngstown.
Yes.
So,
Pusso Studios is asking, did someone in your family smoke that when they were alive?
Not that I remember. Should we tell them about our backyard?
Yeah.
Sure.
When we bought this house, it was wintertime, and in the spring when we went outside, there were 2 areas that were perfect size of a grave where the grass grew different, and to this day it's still there,
Still
and
is different.
and it looks like 2 graves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I think one of them is George.
Could be.
Never know. I do have an archaeology background, and I've often said I'm going to go dig up the backyard, but I just have never dug up the backyard. But I always say I'm going to do a dig and dig those
You're gonna dig and you're gonna find George's
and if I
jacket for me.
find,
So
if I
Pusta
find
has
it.
a very good question right here.
Okay.
Okay, and
Yep.
I'm going to answer this.
Okay.
Have we investigated here? Now, the reason why I haven't, because we thought about it a couple times, setting up that kind of stuff. Well, we don't investigate in our house either, because we kind of have a theory that when you kind of do that, you could stir things up and open up doors and bring something over that you don't want over and all that kind of stuff. So, in actuality, no, we haven't. If it got to a point where it was bothering people and causing issues, absolutely 100%, we would move in and do what we do, even to help get rid of it, that type of thing. But it's not to that point. So why kind of stir things up? You know, and we don't even turn the equipment on in our house. I test it outside, so just because we've been to so many places and there could have been so many things that we brought home and all that stuff, and we do protection that doesn't happen. So
My grandson, when he was like 2 or 3, used to play over there in the vestibule, and he would be talking to someone and throwing a ball, and we'd say, "Who are you talking to?" And I can't remember the name. Maybe Joanne will, but he said it was this little boy. We didn't see any little boy there, but he was playing with this little boy.
I don't actually remember you ever mentioning that.
Where were you? You were probably in Russia.
So,
No.
Pusa wants to know, have we found any history of the place? I'm assuming the property.
Yeah, and T-Town, Marianne, I think, had asked if there was any, if the house was old or if George was maybe coming back to the property. So the house isn't all that old. Do you remember what year the house is? It's
1960 something.
Yeah, so it's not all that old. So I assume that he's coming back to the property, especially with the age that she says that he's dressed in. So
And the 2 graves.
yeah, and the 2 graves are an interesting touch, but we've never looked at that. Although it is interesting downstairs in the basement, the electrical box is in the shower. So maybe he got electrocuted. I just don't know.
I have no idea.
So, Joanne's talking about the ball that used to roll back, and then she mentioned the old cabin. So do you want to talk about the old cabin and the property out back?
So
Is that
okay.
the same owner? I don't know.
I don't think it's the same owner. So this property is adjacent to some property that's in the back that my parents used to own that now they've transferred to me. And that's where, if you remember, we have the weak trees, which, by the way, 3 more fell down recently.
Yeah, so now the driveway we're trying to put in has trees over it, so
Yeah,
we gotta
so-
get those moved
yeah.
before we can get the driveway put in.
Yeah.
But
So
anyways,
so back
it's a
there,
never-ending story.
there's an old cabin back there from the 1970s at least.
Yes.
If not before that. It's very run down and broken down. But they used to have an old flower company, used to grow the flowers back here,
Johnny Long Florist.
and that was his property, and he used to have the log cabin for parties and things like that. So there's that back there, which also would bring a lot of people to the area, bring a lot more people to come play. But again, that's like a later time period, so I'm not thinking that's kind of related to the George that my mom often sees.
John Joe Piva wants to know when you were in Russia.
I was in Russia in 1994. Yeah, so it was the summer.
Is that the
June.
short answer? Oh,
Yeah,
here we
it
go
was
with the long
June
answer.
of 1994. June 19th, I actually left and went over there for 20 days.
She graduated from high school and left, 2 days later?
Yes.
Broke my heart.
Yeah, but hey.
I just stood there as she boarded the plane, and the pilots, and I was looking at them, and I'm saying, what kind of a mother am I? I'm sending my daughter to Russia.
Yeah.
Because at that time, we were scared to death of Russia.
Plus, they had just had those revolutions, and there was just some skirmishes and things like that happened just before I left.
Right.
And when I went to some of the places, they actually still had the flowers and everything laid out in those places, and kind of like a remembrance. And I was like, oh my gosh, this was on the news, and I took some pictures of that.
I was kind of ignoring you watching chat. Did you answer this one, Marianne? What did your mom think when you were going to Russia at the time?
Well, she kind of mentioned that by saying, how she felt, but they were really quite supportive, because originally I wasn't going to even fill out the paperwork to go, and they ended up saying, oh, just do it, and they took the paper actually out of the trash.
Yes.
And made me fill it out. Said you'll want to do this, and so they were fine with it when I went, as far as I know. But I do remember calling home once
Oh,
And I'm like, listen, this costs $14.50 a minute, so they'll make this short. And it had
Make
been
it
like
quick.
2 weeks since I talked to her, and she's like, what? Are you okay? You know.
Let's see. TL says the U.S. has so many abandoned places that can be explored. So cool. Yes, it does, but we have a tendency to stay away from those because we don't want to get in trouble. 'Cause
Yes, they
if I
have
get
to
in
be
trouble.
permissions granted for us to go into those.
So we definitely make sure we have permission on the property, or we pay basically rental places before we investigate. When was Youngstown founded? Do you want me to answer that one?
Sure, go ahead.
Youngstown was founded by two gentlemen, actually, a John Young and a James Hillman. So this whole area was called the, was it Youngstown Territory? Is that what it was?
Well,
It was part of the
Connecticut Western Reserve,
yeah.
and then he basically portioned it off. So
Yeah. So John Young bought a large piece of property, and basically he was from New York, and it was an investment. So he came down here, saw the property probably once or twice, and then John Hillman stayed here. He was from this area, and basically created Youngstown. And John Young basically went back to New York. His wife didn't like it here out in the wilderness, so it's named after John Young, Youngstown. And so this surrounding area, Youngstown's like the urban big city, and then there's Austintown, Boardman, Liberty, all that suburbs of Youngstown, and that's how it actually started. So as far as George, who knows?
Yeah.
And George, we'd have to go and look this up, because this property was probably farmland originally. Yeah, I would assume so. Okay, I lost my spot. Just
Francis Spirit and Kitties, who changed their name, says hi. I still call you by the old name.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we're caught up.
I was actually in St. Petersburg as well, Pusha Studios. She says the White Nights of St. Petersburg in the summer is gorgeous. So what prompted you to visit Russia? I think that's to Chandra as well. She went on a 2-week cruise from Moscow to St. Petersburg. Wow, that's a long cruise. That's not that far, I didn't think, but wow, 2-week cruise. That's amazing.
So let's do this. We have 12 people in the chat right now. This is the fun part, is doing this.
Okay.
Everybody in chat right now, comment where you are from right now. I know Push is in Montreal, Canada, and Francis is from Florida. But that's the fun part, seeing where everybody's from. Go ahead and leave a comment and let us know where everybody is from. Because I think that's really the cool thing. One of the cool things about YouTube is that we all come together from all over the world and sit here in this living room right now and talk.
Yeah. So as we're waiting for that, Pusha Studio said, I was asking what was on the property before this house was built. And again, this was probably a lot of farmland, because literally the house next door that direction was the chicken coop for the house on the corner. So this was a one big property for them at one point.
Right.
So definitely would have been fields over here where this house is situated. So. Tick tock, tick tock. Chandra Preview, California Desert. Pusha Studios was Montreal. And before that, in old times, no, I do not know beyond that. We've not actually researched it.
Never.
We didn't look for it.
Where's that camera going now? You see that? Probably the lighting.
Either that or it's George playing.
Yeah. Hi, George.
He's like, what's that? Plus, we're not all like at the same like distance. So as one of us moves,
I gotta go like this so I can read.
yeah. So as one of us moves, it kind of tries to refocus too. Just so, Pusha says, I'm going to haunt you about it. Pun intended. So they're going to keep on us until we find out what was here way in the back in the day. But
Okay.
nobody else wants to play and tell us where they're from.
Everyone's hiding. We got lurkers.
Yes.
That's okay.
That's all right. Raptor Pack 3.0. 2.0 was here. Now we got 3.0.
Cool.
Yeah.
Keep going up.
I have another story from when I was little.
Let's hear it.
When I was little, we had this big chair in the living room, and I used to sit behind it, and I used to play, and I played with my imaginary friend, Sandy. And when I'm all grown up, after my father died, I found out I had a sister and brother that my mother forgot to tell us about. And my sister was 17 when I was born, and she had a daughter who is a year younger than me, and her name is Sandy. Was that a premonition?
Could be.
I know. It was really creepy. Like, I remember when we found out about them, and I knew that you had this
My friend
little
Sandy.
friend forever, is you used to talk about it every Christmas when we would be sitting there in the living room at Grandpa's house.
Yes.
And then, like, I was like, oh my gosh, her name is Sandy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I have all kind of weird stories.
Yeah. Pusha says, wow, and yes, thinks it is.
It was a premonition.
She thinks it was. Yeah. So I remember that too. We could have a soap opera on our family if we really
Oh my
wanted to.
gosh, yes.
You know, we've got like all the makings of it. We've got the lost family members. We've got the comas. We've got the ghosts. We like it. All those things show up in all of those soap operas.
I know, we could. Everybody always told me you should write a book about your family.
You should write a
Excuse
book
me.
about our family.
I know.
Yeah.
Bunch of weirdos.
Pusha says, Sean, we need a smile.
You need a smile? I'm just trying to read the screen.
You're not
Okay.
smiling enough.
There, is that creepy enough for you?
Oh gosh. He takes pictures like that too. You don't even know what it's like to try to get a picture where he's just smiling normally. He always has to do those weird, creepy looking smiles.
Such a horrible person.
Oh my.
Says beautiful. We love when you smile. That's what they say. We love when you smile.
A smile is a frown turned upside down.
And it uses less muscles to smile than
Okay,
to
new
frown.
subject.
Smile. You're at your mother-in-law's. Every guy loves to be at their mother-in-law's.
Are you my mother-in-law or you're my godmother?
I'm both.
She's both.
But what hat is on today?
What would you like me to be today?
I don't care. Doesn't matter.
A pain in the butt.
Yeah, it doesn't
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Chandra Pivo says it makes things more creepy when you smile like that.
matter.
Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know. Oh,
So what we got? 43 minutes. Got 15 more
15
minutes.
more minutes. All right.
So if you guys missed us, it's been 4 weeks.
Yeah, I missed
Almost
you.
a month.
Almost. Yeah, it's constantly. Are you guys gonna go live today at 5? Are you gonna go live today at 5? Are you gonna go live today at 5?
Yeah.
And she's like, why not?
We did 31 weeks in a row.
And then he needed a break.
Well, there was a couple of them that was just like 15 minutes. The one at the chili
the one at the
cook-off.
chili cook-off was really short.
Yeah, that was a short one.
And the one where the tree fell on the house.
Yeah, but we were there for a little bit longer than the chili cook-off on that one. We just
Who
shortened
just
that one.
popped in purple?
In purple? Nobody's in Oh, Chris Mohan. Hey, Chris.
Hello, hello, hello.
Chris Mohan, I haven't
Chris,
seen
you're still
you in a
coming
little
Saturday, right? Need your help. if you can.
Yes, our former NHS members are always welcome to continue their service.
I'll take care of Chris.
That's right. Let's see here. What else? So Pusha Studio said, yes, we missed you. And Chris says him and his sister will both be there. Yay.
Awesome. We're gonna find somebody else to run the event, Chris, and you and I will run around and get some B-roll so we can do a video.
Great. I don't know about you two. All right. So what else? You have some other things that happen here at the house too.
What about the basement? I thought the basement was
The
creepy.
basement and your bedroom.
My bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Refresh.
Refresh. Like
Refresh.
your lights go on and off in your bedroom.
Yes, they still do that.
You still do that?
Yeah, we can go in my bedroom and the lights are turned on. The ones on the tables, the nightstands next to the bed on each side. Nobody was in there, but they get turned on. And we'll turn them off and they'll come back on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and then down in the basement, Joanne has had parties down there where there supposedly been somebody that showed up in her pictures that weren't there.
Yes.
But I haven't seen said picture.
I don't remember if she ever showed them to me or not.
I haven't seen said picture.
But she's had them.
Joanne.
Oops. Right, where are we at?
And what about you at our other house with your grandma in the basement?
That's true. That's true. My great grandmother, apparently, according to the descriptions that
Yes.
I've made to my family members, I used to have down in the basement down there, I would have nightmares about the basement down there and feel that I was being chased up the stairs by a woman with long flowing blonde hair in a white gown, lady in white. And it turned out that that's how my great grandmother was buried.
Exactly.
And she had blonde hair, and I never met her because she died when my dad was just a little kid.
You're still
Yes.
freaked out about basements.
I'm still freaked out about basements. Yes.
She used to pay her brother $0.25 to go down the cellar with her so she could wash her hair.
That's right, because my sister would torture me. My sister would go down there and jump out from behind the bar or behind in the pantry and stuff
She
like
would
that.
put on, I had all kind of wigs because when I was, a teenager and in my early 20s, that was the thing. You wore all kind of wigs on your head and everything. You always looked different. And I had this one that was blonde. So Joanne used to put it on and she'd go and hide behind the bar down the cellar. And as Marianne came out, she'd jump up at her. And so Marianne used to pay her brother John $0.25 to come and sit there with her while she washed her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you typing back in chat? You can answer up there.
Well, because she was telling a story and I didn't want to forget.
Oh, we went out of focus. There we go.
So, Pusha Studio says, Sean, I have to tell you, the premiere video was so pro-made. Just had to tell you again, it was amazing to watch and so well done. And
Well, thank you.
and they also Pusha Studios also just sent you $2 for smiling.
Oh, well,
So thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, so thank
What is
you.
that? One of those little coin jars like what Michael has?
Something like that.
Yeah, but we don't have a coin jar that
Or
sits there. It's just
super
if
chat.
somebody wants to send us something, they just go down there in the bottom and send it. We don't
Yeah, that
have a jar.
that premiere video, that's my favorite so far. It really is.
Everybody
put a
loved
lot of time into that and editing and let it sit for a while and went back and tweaked this, went back and changed that and tweaked that, and the part where it went cinematic when Marianne was doing the, I really like that. I wish I had more time to work on videos like that, but when we get on our regular schedule, it's like I gotta knock them out and keep going with work and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
that one,
Yeah,
I
that
really
was
like
one
that
that you
one.
had done several weeks in advance, and so you kept on going back and editing it and
Yeah.
making it better and better. And just think if you did that for all of your
Oh.
videos,
it would
But
be amazing.
you
But that had
do how many a week?
27
About
hours
4 a
of
week?
editing. Well, this week coming
Normally-
up, there's 6 videos that's coming
And
out.
that's
Not all of them
ev-
are
and
going to be
that's
live.
every
Some's
week.
for Patreons and stuff.
So
Yeah, we just
you
don't
just-
have time.
normally just don't, yeah. But when you
Yeah.
have time to, that's pretty cool that you can.
Well, I'm getting faster. I'm getting, and I'm like building up library. Like when I program, I have libraries that I already wrote. So I have like building things up, like I just drop it down and do this kind of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I really like the way that turned out. And we wanted to do it so that it was a dedication, because that was actually shot over multiple years too. Some of that footage we took in 13 and 17 and
15.
15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like that one.
Francis Urban Spirits Vlogs says hi to everybody. Irish Whiskey says hi. So Irish Whiskey
Hello.
Paranormal has joined us. Haunted Explorers has joined us as well. Says hi to everybody. Also, Jefferson Einstein is here, and Bridget Kohler. So
Well, hello, everybody.
hello.
Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, relaxing Black Friday. We did, because we didn't go out.
That's right. Actually, I slept most of Black Friday away.
Yeah, I think I did too,
Yes.
didn't I?
I came over here.
Oh,
Let's back up. I woke up at 3 in the morning, and I was up until after 5, and then I went back to sleep for a couple hours. I got up, I came over here, I did some stuff with you guys. I went home, had lunch with Sean, and then I sat on the couch and I
think we took a
started
nap.
I started drifting to sleep, and then he says, "Hey, let's just go take a nap." So I'm like, "Sure, let's go take a nap." And literally went in at 1 o'clock, woke up at 5:30, and had dinner, laid on the couch, tried to watch a movie, sort of fell asleep on the end of that, and woke up at 5 o'clock this morning when he says, "Hey, you want to just go into bed?"
Yeah, I was up
So I
working.
literally slept most of
Black
Black
Friday.
Friday away.
Well, though, you're getting over being sick, and then we were traveling, and all that stuff. You need your rest. So I just let you sleep.
so what's
That's
my
why we
excuse?
have to. That's why we got to record that recipe video.
I know. And you
No,
like
I
to
just
do
let
it,
it slip.
and you like to do it once it gets dark outside,
Yeah,
because
'cause
you
the
don't like
lighting
the
out of the
window
kitchen
in the
is-
kitchen.
Horrible.
But at night I get so tired, so that's kind of why we've been
Yeah,
trying
so I
to
gotta keep
record it for
Poking
like.
you so
two
we can do it
Oh,
tonight.
wow.
So I can edit it. Keep poking you.
Yeah.
Stay awake.
Don't
Stay awake.
tickle though. Poke okay, tickle no. By the way, I'm ticklish, so don't tickle.
She's very ticklish.
Yeah.
That makes her
very.
mad, actually.
I do get mad when I get tickled. That was Sean's trick to get Marianne off shopping.
What I need to worry about is when she's at home on eBay. That's the expensive stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, out in public, I don't spend
Public,
as much as
not
on
so
eBay.
much. eBay, I'm worried about when those boxes come.
Let's see here. We also have Antonio Contreras. Hello.
Actually, I
hello.
think during that nap, you're like, well, I got to get up in a minute. I have an auction that I'm bid on.
Yeah, but I didn't win it. I lost by $1
Oh boy.
because I went to sleep. If I would have been up, I would have won it. But
She wasn't up
I wasn't up. I was asleep.
because I said nap. So
Yeah.
I guess you're right. I got her off for shopping.
So true, so true. eBay didn't have any special sales, LOL. Thanks, Pusha. I think they have something going on, but nothing that like I would buy.
Nothing
You know what
we
I mean?
need.
They always have some,
Something unique that you
Something.
need.
yeah, but they don't have any, like they don't have the sales on the creepy stuff. They have sales on like stupid boots that everybody and their brother has to have all at once, or a special, top or something, but like the pieces of haunted locations and stuff like that, they don't have Black Friday sales for that.
You and your haunted locations. Ugh.
I know. I love all those things. Let's see what else. Is there a Cyber Monday? Still more time in the plans. Chris Mohan says, I've seen the garage. She loves eBay.
Thank you, Chris. There's a witness to the madness I have to deal with. So we got about 6 minutes left. You think we'll get your dad in here to say hi?
I don't know. What's Daddy doing? Is he still
Hey, you gonna
having
come
dinner?
say hi? Yeah, of course he is.
I hear the chair moving.
He's
He
being
got
quiet.
he got kicked out of the living room. Mom said he had to be quiet while we were on. Oh. No, I don't have a doorknob from the Bundy House Irish whiskey. Do you? If so, we can talk.
Is he in the kitchen?
Yeah, he's in the kitchen.
Come say hi. We only got a couple minutes left.
John, come so they could see
You
the
can
person
come in
that
and
was
say
dumb enough to
hi.
marry me.
You come right in here between me and Sean. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi. That's my dad. That's John.
I get him
You're
to
way
watch
too
YouTube
tall.
with me.
You're way too tall. You want to sit here?
No, that's good. I'm good.
I
You're
can't
hiding.
see it.
Yeah, he's hiding now behind Sean.
That's the man that's behind my head.
So Raptor Pack
There you
3.0 wants to know about the doll on the tree. That's Santa.
That's Santa.
That's Santa.
That's just Santa's head.
Yeah, I decapitated him as a small child. No, just kidding. No, he's just literally just Santa's head. It's just a
I
decoration.
think we have a skeleton hanging on our door. We're gonna have to take
You
it
probably
off.
have one hanging on your
Yeah,
Christmas
you know
tree.
what? There is a Boris hanging on our front door.
Our Christmas tree's not up yet. Who are you kidding? We got plenty of time.
Oh goodness.
Should put the black tree in the front window and make the neighbors happy.
Oh, your neighbor. He would love that.
You would absolutely love it.
That's a big tree, isn't it?
Yeah.
The black one?
Yeah,
We
it is.
can't put that in the studio.
Yeah, we can. We can use just the topper of it. 'Cause you know how they have those.
I think we
ones.
should put the. What do you people think? Should we put the big? We have a full size black Christmas tree. Put it in the front window and decorate it for Panic D this year. Something different.
I'll
creepy
give you,
Addams
I'll
family
give
house.
you that in the studio.
Oh, okay.
I don't want that in my living room.
She doesn't want that in her living room. Okay.
Antonio says yes, though. Pusha Studios is black Christmas tree with like a whole bunch of exclamation points. Francis Urban's Spirit says yes. Chandra Prevo says yes. What are you guys all like outvoting me?
Well, I have to live with the one that made the decision. So we'll put it in the studio.
Put it
We'll
in
have
the
to move the
studio for you
studio around.
guys to see.
Maybe we'll move the studio around a little bit for Christmas, so we can have the Christmas tree in the corner. We could get rid of whatchamacallit for that. Just for
Boris?
Christmas. No, not Boris. The spaceman. Move
Oh.
him over and the other thing. Put the tree
I
there.
see. Okay, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Bridget says that they do sell black Christmas trees in Australia, so I'm guessing that Bridget is from
We have
Australia.
one. We have a full size one.
We sure do.
Don't know why.
Raptor Pack 3.0 is with me, I think. Says nope, no, nada, no. Bridget says it looks nice when it's decorated. Pusha Studio says black tree with white skeletons looks pretty.
We got a bunch of travel boards.
I do have a bunch of travel horses. I packaged them
Wasn't
all
that
up.
one foreign exchange student from Australia that stayed here?
Uh-huh. Yep.
One was from England and one was from Australia.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. They were only here for a weekend though.
Yes.
They had come in. They weren't coming here to learn. They were coming here to work for the summer at a summer camp that
Yes.
they were having. And I don't know if the kids were also from there, but they were the camp counselor type things. And so on the weekends they went out. So they were here for one weekend with us. We took them all over down to Youngstown State University, down to the old mill.
University?
Actually, I took them to the old mill. I have a picture of them
And
standing
Butler?
right at the old mill. The Butler, yep. Went and took them out to Boardman to shopping. They enjoyed themselves. We got a flat tire actually on the way going
Yes.
out to Boardman, and and my dad had to come and rescue us, and they were so excited that they were rescued by a policeman.
Which, by the way, John's a retired Youngstown police officer.
Yes. Yes. My daddy was a policeman. Antonio says, anybody gives you flack for a black Christmas tree, just say it came from the Black Forest in Germany.
There we go.
Raptor Pack.
We don't get
3.0,
flack
Ghost
from our
of-
neighbors
no.
anymore. They just turn the other way when
Yeah,
they
they
see us.
just, yeah, they don't.
I think our last little engagement with them about 4 years ago. He's like, oh, there's that guy. I'm going that way.
Ghost of
I like
Christmas
really
Future and
upset my
Past.
neighbors because they're really, really picky. You know, like one summer we built a coffin out in the driveway. They all came out to see what we were doing.
Yeah.
It's in the
Pusha
garage.
Studios says that they would be interested in hearing your stories about things from while you were on duty someday.
Oh, he has them.
Yes.
Wow, that would be a Pusha marathon live stream. About 4 or 5 hours probably.
Irish Whiskey wants to know if that's a haunted doll in the tree. Nope, it's just Santa. And Bridget says, Irish, it's Father Christmas's head.
That's right. It's a decapitated Santa Claus. All right, we're over now.
We have a couple of those around.
Virginia Fisherman's joined us. Hi there, Virginia Fisherman.
Everyone's popping in here now. It's like an hour into it. We're up to
Beyond
16.
Paranormal says hi. They're just joining us as well.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah.
So our next live streams that, you know, some of the topics that we were thinking about, we still got to do the Kennedy curves at some point.
That was a
And-
sad time.
At some time we want to do the Christmas stories at ghost stories at Christmas and talk about the Christmas Carol.
Mhm.
That kind of thing. So that'll probably be around Christmas time. You know, there's some other topics. Like I said, hey, season 2 starts next week. So, you know, make sure you're subscribed and got that bell rang for notifications, all that kind of stuff. And we also started working on our research blog. So some of these videos that came out, like we just talked about a little bit ago about the Gettysburg Address one. I have some links posted out there, research links and stuff like that. You can follow our research blog without being a paid supporter and just go to patreon.com/panicdvideos and click follow. I just put a video out not too long ago, kind of walks you through it, tells you how to do it. But we're going to use that as our research blog. So when we perform our research, we go out on the internet or we have books and we take pictures of that kind of stuff. And we'll be putting out there so you can find out a little bit more detail that might not be in the video or where we get the stories from. Because we don't make that stuff up, folks. The ghost stories and folklore, it's out there on the internet.
And in books.
Or in books or from interviews with people or something like that. So, yeah, if you follow along, you can get some behind the scenes stuff. And then if you want to be a paid supporter, we're not going to argue with you. But we have some videos each week we put out a thing. We'll have a special one for our paid supporters. So that's what season 2 is going to be about.
Mhm.
Going to give that a shot. And hopefully I don't go insane. We'll see what happens. Well, I just spilled water all over me.
Well, at least it's just water. At least it's not like Irish Whiskey over here is saying that maybe Santa's head is bleeding, but not just bleeding. Oh, I lost it. Where was it? Eggnog.
Bleeding eggnog.
Yeah.
That would be
let's-
interesting.
Yeah.
And messy.
Yes. And Chandra Pivo says that they're glad they caught the live stream today. It was so nice to meet the lurker.
The lurker.
So yes, this is Michael's lurker, Annette Ragan. So if you watch Michael Fire Jr. in the morning, this is his famous Annette lurker here. This is my mom, Annette. And I don't know why Raptor Pack thought his dog was a coyote. Oh my. And Pusha Studio says, I already got some neat pics in the email from Patreon and it's free. So,
Yeah, we posted some. I'm gonna have to. I keep saying we.
Yeah, it's not me.
I'm gonna be training my partner here on how to do Parapeep certificates and post to Patreon. But posted some actual photographs from the actual Gettysburg Address out there on Patreon, which is kind of cool. And those are the photographs that we use to determine that location in Evergreen Cemetery. Little story behind that. I'll give you a big fact, for instance. 2015, I think it was. Were we there in 15? Yes.
We were there in 15
13, 15,
and
17.
Or no, 18.
So in 2013, when we were there, we went to the National Cemetery and was speaking with a park ranger. Okay.
Yes.
And that was just you and I that were there. And I keep saying this, if you ever go to these places, find a park ranger and ask them about paranormal. And one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to embrace it and say, come on, I got some stories for you. Or they're going to be like, oh, we don't talk about that. In most cases, it'll be like, oh, we don't talk about that. Just be prepared. But the one guy that we went up to, we asked him about it. And he's, yeah, there's some stuff that goes on around here. And he gave us some stories and stuff. But he was the one that started showing us the pictures of the actual location of where the Gettysburg Address was. And of course, Marianne took a picture of the picture and that kind of thing.
Of course I did.
And we did some research and we actually found that spot based on those pictures in the Evergreen Cemetery, which was pretty good. So those guys and girls are a wealth of information, and that's their life. They love that history and they can tell you some stories.
Absolutely. Yep. So Pusha Studio says, thank you so much for coming on today, guys. Cheers and hugs to Mom.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. We're probably going to wrap it up. We're well over an hour.
Yes.
Because we
Thank
gotta
you
go
for
shoot
coming
a
into my
video.
home.
Yes. She's all decorated here for Christmas. Behind us on the floor over here, there's like, I don't know, 20 Santas. They're whole Santas, not just the heads. Yeah.
It's Christmas
And
lights.
Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Mr. and Mrs. are over there on the side over there.
How many Santa Clauses are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What
There's
is it,
Santas
about 20
everywhere.
there on the
4,
floor.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on the floor behind you.
Yeah.
There's other things back there too. Rudolph's back there and stuff like that as well. But yeah. All right. Well, are you ready to call it a day?
We are going to wrap it up, my friends. Parapeeps, appreciate you guys
Yes.
stopping
Thank you
by.
so much for coming and spending the hour with us.
Be prepared next week. Season 2. I'm ready to get cracking. Next week, we may or may not go live. We'll see what happens
Yeah,
with
we'll
our
see if
schedule
we
and how
are
frazzled
free
we
or
are.
not.
If we do go live, it's going to be real quick.
Yes.
But the week after that, we're back in the studio and start
That's
rolling
right.
again.
Yes.
5 p.m.
Yes,
live
because
at
you'll be
5.
done with your craft show by then, right?
Yes.
You'll be home by then?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's been fun. I thank you so much.
Well,
Alrighty.
thanks for coming on, Mommy.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until next time,
Thanks for watching.
happy hunting.